Hey, 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 it's Perry's Hotter, your mangaka in the making a drawing of my dad because he backed my Kickstarter project, Cold Blooded, which ran and finished in April, started in March, and this is a time lapse. As you can see, I already penciled it and I'm inking it, and I will color it with Copic markers. There should be a link in the description to my Kickstarter page. You click on it and click under my name, under created by, and from there you can follow me and you'll be notified whenever I launch another Kickstarter for Cold Blooded Volume 2. Yes, this Kickstarter was for Cold Blooded Volume 1. My dad backed the biggest pledge on my Kickstarter, which was the Giganosaurus, I believe. They all have like reptile like names because my main character he turns into this like reptilian creature. And so here I am broadcasting this to you. I also have an Instagram. If I remember, I'll link it in the description, and you can also from there see the original photo that I worked from and compare and contrast and judge how I did. I think I did pretty good. There are a few things here and there, like proportionally wise. I guess I could have done better. Like, I think his eyes were a little bit too far apart. They could have been a little too close together. That or his nose was too wide. I know, but anyway. On another note, my manga or comic, whatever you want to call Cold Blooded. Let me just give you a rundown of that. Do you love manga? Do you love battle manga? If the answer is yes, you'll love this. Imagine Attack on Titan, Aaron Yeager from Attack on Titan, but instead of turning into a Titan, he turns into a lizard monster. Imagine Goku from Dragon Ball Z, but instead of screaming to power up, this guy he just rips his clothes and transforms to a 7 foot tall monstrous lizard creature, and that's Cold Blooded. Here's a log line: Rim Snart misses his father, and while holding out hope after his father's disappearance 5 years ago, uh, he discovers latent reptilian abilities brought out by a shadowy figure determined to end his life. If you want to read this, if this piques your curiosity or interest at all, it's all free to read on Webtoon and Tapas, the Duck Web Comics, and Art Street or Medibang. I don't think there's a lot of traffic on there, but I will for sure link Webtoon and Tapas in the description so you can go and check that out right now or after this video or whenever you want. And if you like it, subscribe to me on there and subscribe on YouTube too. You'll see my videos and all that good stuff. And you'd be supporting and helping me out as well in my endeavors. You can go judge my manga, how manga like it is. Whatever. I don't care if you consider it manga or not. Comics is manga. There's definitely a style, but the important thing is I get to make it how I want, and it's what I want to do and what I'm trying to make a living at. And I'm really grateful. Both my parents backed my Kickstarter, and something I didn't know: when you back a pledge on Kickstarter, you can actually put in a higher amount than what the actual pledge is. And I know you can pledge for no reward, but even if you do pledge for a reward, you can put a higher amount if you want to give more. And that's what my mom did. But my dad, he beat her out. Giganosaurus was $150. And so what he got for that was over the course of the year and a half of my life or more, I've been working on Cold Blooded. It took me a while, and I collected 8 chapters. And so I printed these out as single issues and tried to peddle them at cons, but selling at cons is really hard. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I see why people do Kickstarter now. You know, before I was like, Kickstarter, I don't need that. You know, that's only for people with big audiences and all this other junk I thought about it that I was completely wrong about. And so after collecting 8 chapters, I crowdfunded, and the core tier, as I intended it, the core tier is the most popular tier. And really, a surprising amount of people pledged on my Kickstarter for no reward. That they didn't necessarily care if they got the book, but they believed in me or believed in my project and backed, and I'm grateful for that. Um, Although if any of these people, wanted a book, I would just give one to them because they paid more than enough for it. Um, anyway, where was yeah? See, my cat was in my lap and I petted her. That's what I'm doing under the glass table. But I digress. So, I'm testing the Copic markers out right here. If you're wondering, also that's what I'm doing. So I collected 8 chapters into a trade paperback, or as the manga volumes are called, a tankobon. And that's what I intended as the core reward. When really it was probably the second most popular, aside from just pledging for no reward. Um, you could, for $10, you could get the digital a PDF of Cold Blooded, and above that you could get a PDF Cold Blooded plus a signed poster of your choosing. There was a virgin cover of each poster. Basically, I made a cover, for each chapter, and the posters were just. Excuse me, I probably won't edit that out, but the posters were just the virgin covers with no text or logos, and you can pick your choose. And then the next one after that, you could get the all 8 single issues of Cold Blooded, and then the next on that you get all that plus 8 issues plus the 3 variants of issues 1 through 3, because I had done variants. I'm probably never gonna do again. I'm probably never gonna, I don't know if I ever want to do single issues again either. But the biggest tier is all that plus a portrait of you. And so my dad backed it, and I could have easily said, well, my dad backed it, so maybe now I don't have to do this. But I didn't do that. I went and followed through with it anyway because, I'm just trying. I think that's a professional and the right thing to do, and he paid for it. The thing about Kickstarter is people that aren't familiar with it, sometimes they might call it a GoFundMe or a what's the other one? They might call it a GoFundMe, and the thing about it is it's not a charity. You're not donating, you're backing, you're pledging with the dollar for a product that you want to see happen, that you either want in your hands or you just want the creator be able to make it come to life. But you're getting a product, or so in return a product will be made, and that's what a Kickstarter really is. And so it's not a charity. It's not like e-begging. It's to help get something done. And I did it not so much because of money, but because it gets eyes and ears on it that otherwise wouldn't. And I hope to get even more with subsequent Kickstarters. And it's also important that creators who run a Kickstarter are able to uh, back up their promises and deliver on them. And if I were to cheap out now, how what if a stranger backed? Could I hold myself to it then? If I couldn't even do it, And because so many start Kickstarters and have issues and they don't deliver. Sometimes it's things out of their control, but sometimes it is, and sometimes it's poor planning. But I did my diligence on this Kickstarter for the most part. There was still some curveballs thrown at me. I didn't quite spend the budget how I thought I was, um, but uh, people really came out and supported me, and it is very surprising even afterwards. And I'm really thankful for that, and I hope they come out and support for the future ones. And I'm gonna try and, like a real mangaka, put out a chapter each month, and hopefully in 8 or 10 months, because I think the next volume will definitely be bigger, be a lot more pages, a lot more chapters, but it'll take a while. But I hope to get it done as quick as I can, because I can't honestly, even though as stressful as it was, I can't wait to like launch my next Kickstarter. But it's gonna take months in the planning, and so what you can do as a viewer in the meantime is sign up for my email list. There's a link in the description, and if you sign up, you will get a free digital copy of Cold Blooded Chapter One, and you can download it and have it on your iPhone or your computer or your laptop, whatever device you prefer, and you can read it and try it out, uh, and see how you like it. But you'll be on my email list, and you'll be notified when new chapters. I'm taking a picture here. You'll be notified when new chapters are uploaded and all that good stuff, and just generally be in the know when Cold Blooded launches on Kickstarter. Well, this is Perry's Hotter. Thanks for watching. Go check out all those links in the description and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos.